Major funding for these broadcasts is made possible by grants from New York Community Bank, Capital One Bank, M&T Bank, Customers Bank, Chase Commercial Term Lending, Perfect Building Maintenance, Genova Burns, Terra CRG. Additional support is made possible by AKA Hotels Corman Communities, Aerial Property Advisors, AVR Realty Company, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Bank Leumi USA, Briarwood Organization, CBRE, Citizens Bank, Collins Building Services, Colliers International NYC, Connect One Bank, CPEX Real Estate Services, Cushman & Wakefield, DDG, Dime Savings Bank of Williamsburg, Douglaston Development, Levine Builders, Eastern Union Funding, Fisher Brothers, First Nationwide Title Agency, Flushing Bank, Friedman, Handler Real Estate Organization, HAP Investments, Hersha Hospitality, Investors Bank, James D. Kuhn Real Estate Center at Syracuse University, Kilroy Architectural Windows, Madison Realty Capital, Matone Group, Mercantile Commerce Bank, Meridian Capital Group, New Banks, Newmark Grubb Knight Frank, Optimum Window Manufacturing Corp., People's United Bank, Rosewood Realty Group, SJP Properties, Sterling National Bank, Stonehenge Partners, TD Bank, The Continuum Company, The Moynihan Group, and these friends.
Oh, you know what? I hear the boys have this little business with you clean the pants and you made a couple of bucks because the nickels and dimes fell out over there. I'll play baseball, football, lacrosse. 2 colleges want me? Maybe they want me. Nah, you know what? It's Kent State. It's after that. Maybe, I'll become a muscle man. I'll be a bouncer. Nah, forget being a bouncer. I'm going to be a bartender. What do I do now? Those Xerox guys, they got these fancy cars. They got the Corvettes. They got the Porsches. I'm going to be a copy man. In addition, I'm going to be an actor. So I have today Larry Weiss of Atlantic. Today's 2000 company. What is it?
Tomorrow's Office.
Tomorrow's
Atlantic
Office.
Tomorrow's Office.
You were telling me when we got together, your dad was a character. Is that a nice terminology about
Yeah, my mother would probably not say that, but I believe he was a character.
We don't have any pictures of Dad, but we have pictures of Mom.
Right.
So tell me about Dad. His father was a furrier, right?
His father was a furrier, and they lived in upper New York.
Up in New York, the Bronx is considered
Well,
up in New York?
not then. No. It was like 115, and they moved to the Bronx, and that's really where they spent most of his life. And he was a furrier in New York City, and we moved out to Long Island because my uncle was like the czar of the plastics industry, Henry Schwartz, and he opened
What do
up
you
a
mean
factory.
by the plastics? I thought he
Plastics. No, that's right. That's why my father. That's how we got to Long Island. My father hated my uncle. He hated the job. He left the plastics, and then he started to become a tin man. His brother started an aluminum siding business, and you're looking at 60s that he started, mid 60s.
No, you were living in where, Massapequa?
Massapequa Park, Long Island, and he started with the aluminum siding, but he knew nothing about aluminum siding. And my uncle went away and joined the French Foreign Legion and never came back. And my father had to sell the business because he really didn't know the business. And
Are you telling me the truth that he joined the French Foreign
yeah,
Legion?
my uncle. Yeah, he was a crazy guy. And so after that, he had to sell that business. He had to get out of that business, and then he went into the bowling business. He started managing a bowling alley in 300 Bowl. And then after he got tired of that, he went to the dry cleaning business, and then he separated from my mother, and he started selling pants for his friend who owned a boys' pants store, and he was traveling around. And that's...
So tell me the story about your father and Jack Warden.
Right. So as I was leading up to that, so now he's traveling, And I believe they filmed that movie, Honor Thy Father, with Al Pacino and Jack Warden in Chicago, I think. So my father walks in and orders a Manhattan. And the bartender says, that'll be, like $2.50. And my father says, I thought this is happy hour. All drinks are like 50 cents. And the bartender says, yeah, but not for this drink. So my father says, so if I order a scotch, right, or whatever Manhattan was, scotch and vermouth. He says,
Whiskey and vermouth.
Whiskey and vermouth. If I order them separately,
Especially
it's 50
since
cents
you were a
each.
bartender later on.
It's 50 cents each. But if you order the drink together, it was $2.50. So my father says, so give me a glass of vermouth, give me a glass of whiskey, and give me a glass with ice, and I'll mix my own. Jack Warden thought this was funny. It was the 5 Easy Peace routine, from Jack Nicholson. And so Jack Warden was there. He thought it was funny. Him and my father started talking. Al Pacino was sitting in the back of the restaurant there, just minding his own business. And my father said, is that Al Pacino? And Jack Warden said, yes. He says, leave him alone. He doesn't like to be bothered. My father respected that, which I was surprised that he did, not going over to Al Pacino. And Jack Warden and my father became very, very good friends. And Jack Warden would send my father airplane tickets to visit him wherever he was.
And then you said after the traveling salesman, then he ended up in Florida in the carpet business, right?
He ended up working for a company called Miami Rug and Carpet. Yeah, and the owner of the store was a big store. They had a bunch of stores, and it was a big company. And the owner, and he didn't like a lot of people, but he loved my father, and my father hated him. And he would tell him, Irv, come sit next to me at the meeting. And my father says, why do I want to sit next to you? I don't like you. And he would laugh. My father would constantly give him a hard time. So they would have a holiday party, and they had a cash bar. And my father says, how do you throw a holiday party and have us pay? So my father used to tell him he's paying. And the owner of the company used to get a kick out of my father, and he would be the only person that he would pay for the drinks at the holiday party.
Let's talk about his son, who was born in the Bronx, at Bronx Lebanon Hospital.
Bronx Lebanon, 1951, July 14th, Bastille Day.
Okay, and then you, as we said, went to Massapequa Park. So tell me about growing up, because you had an interesting youth.
So when we moved into Massapequa, it was great. I mean, I loved it, and we had a great block, and played a lot of sports.
Stickball.
We played stickball, but everything we did as kids, we did for money. I mean, it was the most bizarre thing. We played stickball for money. We played knuckles, if you remember the old game of knuckles, for money. Knock hockey for money. And I don't know how that happened, but that was just something that we would play other street teams for money, and it was just it was great. One of our good neighbors opened up a uniform rental business, and so I started working there patching pants, and my pay was you would just take the pants and money would fall out, and I was surprised at how much money people leave in their pants. So as I mentioned to you, any dry cleaner you go to that doesn't give you back any money, it may be taking money from you, because
But that was a means of your...
That was how I got paid. We got paid for whatever fell out of the pants. We patched the pants. We kept the money. And as their business grew, this started in the garage. And as their business grew, they put in a bank of telephones in the basement. They finished the basement. They picked up, a lot more clients. We were patching more pants. And what I found I was doing was I was answering the phone. I used to go, Ernie, line 1, Pete, 2. Hey, Greg, line 3, Anthony, 4. And I keep answering the phone, and remember, I'm only getting paid for money that falls out. And I go home and I said to my dad, I said, I'm not making any money. I mean, I'm constantly, taking phone calls and writing things down. And he goes, you don't know what they do. They're taking numbers. They're bookies. I said, I didn't know that. It was funny. And then I learned the bookie business.
So you learned the bookie business. Now, you graduated high school when?
1969.
And your guidance counselor said that you had 2 places that you could go to school.
I'm graduating high school, and my guidance counselor comes to me and says, Larry, he says, just want to let you know that you have two options for colleges. And I was going to, I was going to a 2-year community school. And I said, so what are they? And they go, Nassau Community College and Quinnipiac. And I said, oh, that's easy. They said, yeah, it's easy. I can't spell Quinnipiac. I'll go to Nassau.
And it was cheaper.
And it was cheaper.
Now, while you're at Nassau Community College, is that when you get the job as the person in the bar?
Right. So at Nassau Community College, one of my fraternity brothers, a much older fraternity brother, opened up a bar out in Selden, Long Island,
Called the Whale?
called Wales College Lounge, and he asked me to work for him.
So you were basically the bouncer.
Well, yes, I was basically the bouncer, but I was asked to collect the money at the door because he knew that he could trust me. You know, he knew that if 200 people came in, you know, if it was $2 a head, he would get $400. So he knew that he could trust me.
So what happens one day with the motorcycle boys?
So I'm there during the week, I'm all by myself at the front door. And these were the days when, you know, you didn't let anybody in with leather jackets. This was a Wales College Lounge. You had to have a college ID. And so these motorcycle guys pull up, and I really can't let them in. And I didn't, you know, I didn't have anybody else there. And I'm making excuses why they don't want to come in. I said, these are not your type of girls. Why don't you go down the street? And I'm making up all these things. And finally I had to tell them, you can't come in. And they both looked at me, and maybe even three of them. They looked at me and they said, we're coming in for a beer. And I said, no, you're not. Next thing you know, I woke up in you know, in a hospital. I mean,
So that's when you became the bartender.
And then I became a bartender because I said, you know what, this is no life for me. I mean, I was tough, but I wasn't that tough.
What happens with Kent State?
So my freshman year of school, you know, in April, towards the end of April, in 1960, you know, graduated 69, right? So 71, a Kent State incident happened, right? So they had the terrible incident on the campus of Kent State, and they shut all the colleges end of April, early May. And so, you know, I had to walk into each professor to, you know, to get your grade. And so I walk into the first professor, and I walk in there, and the professor looks at me with a straight face and says, so what grade would you have gotten? Michael, I got to tell you, I've spent my whole life trying to get on candid camera. I'm looking all over if Alan Funt is anywhere in the room. I said, repeat the question, please. What grade would you have gotten? Now I'm convinced I'm on candid camera, because who walks in and tells this person anything but an A? I said, A. They said, oh, okay, A. I get an A. Now I go to the next professor. I walk in. You know, you wait. It's my turn. What grade would you have gotten? I can't make this up. I'm like saying, I'm looking, an A. Okay, an A. I go through all my courses. I get straight A's. I make the Dean's List. I apply for a scholarship, and I get the John F. Kennedy Scholarship Award. It cost me nothing to get through school, and it was only $250 a semester.
So you finish Nassau Community, you go to Hofstra.
I go to Hofstra.
And you continue at the bar because you're making more money working as a bartender.
I was very fortunate. I had a great opportunity.
Yeah, but also the bar was another way. Didn't you meet your wife at the bar?
Right. And now I was still collecting money at the door, though. And I see this very, very pretty girl coming in, and you know, I just like can't take my eyes off her. And she's dressed in a halter top and tight jeans, and I see her counting out money, you know, and she's counting out nickels and pennies and dimes to get to like $1.50. And I'm just watching her, and I said, "Girls get in free," and thank God I'm in sales, because she must have told me no a million times, but to me, no means yes. So we're married 42 years.
So let's talk about, you graduate in college, you really have no idea what you're going to do. You knew that you were a good bartender.
Right.
You see the ad in the newspaper about Corvettes and Porsches?
Right. So we're getting married, you know, in 1973, and I'm tending bar, but I realize that this is not, you know, not an occupation for anybody who wants to get married. And so I see an article, you know, in one of the Fortune magazine about the Xerox sales reps. They all drive Porsches, Corvettes. You know, I said, wow, this is the company for me. And so I started to apply.
So you first apply because you're out in Long Island. You go to Westbury, probably 666.
Yes.
What was it?
Well, I go to Westbury and I meet,
You
right,
you meet your buddy. What's his name?
right. His first name was Michael. I don't remember his last name. And he sends me,
He says, "I don't have any jobs in Long
Right.
Island."
and he sends me to 666, Fifth Avenue to the Xerox office here to interview with the sales manager for that
So
office.
tell us the story, since it's
So-
such a nice story.
Okay. So I didn't have a suit. Last suit I had was my bar mitzvah suit, and I had, so I had my fraternity blazer. I ripped the crest off. I put on a pair of pleated plaid elephant bell elephant bell pants, beige heeled shoes, conservative blue shirt, and a tie. And my hair was a bit long, but it was never really long. And I walk into this guy's office for the appointment, and his head is down writing, and then he looks up. He looks down again. He looks up. And he looks at me and he goes, "What are you, like a clown?" I said, "No." He goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" He goes, "You're dressed like a clown." I said, "Well, I'm here for a sales job. I didn't realize that, I wore this outfit to the first interview with the guy in Westbury. And he didn't tell me that I needed to change. He goes, "Well, first off, your hair's too long." And this guy is like screaming at me. And I'm saying, "Well, hey, you know what? I'm here to interview. I'm hoping that you could look past this." And he says, "I can't look past it. Next time you want to go for an interview, don't come in looking like a clown." So I left.
Then you get to Queens.
And I get to Queens, and he sends me to an interview in Queens, and I interview with two sales managers. They were just opening up the office. I had a really great conversation, with one of the managers, and then I had my second, interview with the other guy, and that one lasted real quick. He really did.
So you had Long Island, Manhattan, Queens. Finally, you said, "We'll go to Westchester."
I go to Westchester, and that's where I ended up getting hired by Xerox up in Westchester.
So you get to Xerox, and the kid who was a good bartender but a bad bouncer really has a good year. What happens the first year? You have a great year, but you didn't make the sales.
Right. So the first year, so I had, so Xerox gave me my territory in February. So for those 11 months, I was the salesperson of the year. Out of 76, 77 salespeople, I was the number one salesperson. But I didn't qualify for what was called President's Club trip. And I didn't qualify because you had to be in a territory 12 months. And so when I met with the branch manager, I understood the rule. I didn't quite agree with it. Especially if you gave me a quota for the month of January that I didn't work and say I had no sales against it. So if you gave me an annual quota, I still qualify. And, and that was my first realization that, large companies, they have a way of doing things. And believe me, I am fortunate that I spent 2.5 years at Xerox. I learned a lot. But I also learned, I think, the things that make an independent businessman successful.
So you buy a house in Pomona, New York,
1976.
and you go into business, in the copy business with an individual.
Right.
But you always learn that a minority partner is a minority partner.
Right.
Okay.
Right, Jackie Mason, he's a partner, but he's a minority.
He's a minority partner. And since you were buying a house, you then took another sales job working at European Spas?
European, right. I had to take a reduction in pay when I became a minority partner in this company, and I had just bought the house because they did it all around May of '76, and so what I did was I went and I got a sales job selling health spa memberships at European Health Spa.
Now, did you give them a deal that they can get a copy with it, or
No, I didn't do
no
that.
package?
There was no package there.
No package deal. So now, when do you go out and buy Atlantic, this bankrupt company?
So 1982. Okay, so I'm there for 6 years, And I learned what I learned, a very valuable lesson there. The person who was the majority a shareholder, I learned how not to treat people. You know, I watched the way he worked. He was a brilliant businessman, but he didn't really treat he didn't treat me that well. And so I learned how not to treat people, and that was a very valuable lesson. And I took Atlantic in August of 1982 out of bankruptcy.
So now fast forward 26 years, 24 years, right? 34.
34, yeah.
34 years.
Yeah, 34.
34.
I wish it was 20. It's 34 years.
34 years. And you built Atlantic to...
Well, we finished our fiscal, we're on a fiscal of September 1 to August 31st. So August 31st of 2015, we finished the year at $106 million in revenue.
But you've also increased, it's no longer a copy company.
Yeah.
It's a copy company, it's a technology company.
Yeah.
You deal with a lot of healthcare institutions.
Correct.
And
Correct.
you're into document maintenance and all of the others. But one of the things, being a unique businessman, was you were trying to sell copy machines to the movie industry. Tell me the story about that. That's how you became a SAG actor.
There was a period of time when there was and there are a lot of productions today in New York City, but there was a period of time there were a lot of productions that were taking place in New York. And you need copy machines to run the scripts. I mean, they rented, big copy machines to rent the scripts. And these, you would rent these for 6 months to a year and a half, or sometimes 2 years for some of the larger productions. So it wasn't something that I could give to a salesperson because there really wasn't any money in that rental type of business. So one day, well, we were quoting, myself and my assistant, and I wasn't winning any of this business. So I said to her one day, I said, here's what we're going to do. Next time they call up for a quote, tell them if they put me in the movie, they can have the machine free, they just got to pay for toner. My career was launched.
Tell me about your career, launched.
First
movie, you were an extra.
I was an extra in the first movie. It was Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage and Jennifer Beal, and Abel Ferrara was the director. He loved the arrangement. Not that I did anything. I was just an extra. I just sat in the Moonstruck Diner in the city here, and my wife was also in it. She spent a fortune that day on her dress. She got her hair done, makeup done professionally, and all they did was shoot her back.
Then you elevated. You became a member of SAG and
well, and then, so to become a member of SAG, you have to act, and to act, you got to be a member of SAG. So it's a catch-22. So he puts me in another movie, and what happened was they used the term Taft-Hartley, which means nobody else could play this role but me. I thought that was hysterical. And so I then was able to apply for a SAG card, and I received my SAG card.
Now, what about the time that you were supposed to be in the movie and you didn't get in the movie, that they called you the copy man?
Oh.
The copy man story.
Okay. So I was filmed. I was supposed to be in the movie Goodfellow, Bronx Tale. Okay. I was supposed to be in Bronx Tale. And that's, was a Robert De Niro, Tribeca Films. And I go down to casting, and they look at me and they tell me that I can't be in the movie because I don't look Italian. Now, I think I look Italian. Hey, come on. I mean, I look at myself, and a lot of times people would say, hey, you're Jewish? No, you're Italian. And so I said, you got to put me in the movie. I'm the copy man. And they said, I said, and I'm supposed to be in the movie. Otherwise, they got to pay
for the machine.
So sure enough, they don't cast me in this movie, and I didn't see that movie for 5 years. And then I went to see that movie, and when I look at that cast, I don't look Italian.
So it was the copy man. And then you told me the last movie that the copy man story was Batman Forever.
Batman Forever, yes. In Batman Forever, I was a paparazzi. And Val Kilmer was Bruce Wayne, and Nicole Kidman was his, was his girlfriend and date to this wedding. This movie was filmed downtown in New York, and they took a building over. They made it into a Gotham Ritz building. It was spectacular what they did. And so we're shooting paparazzi, and all of a sudden we go into a take, and Val Kilmer gets out of the car, Nicole Kidman gets out, and they go into a take, and I look at his shoes, and I said, who put Robin's shoes on Batman? He went crazy. He thought, he's screaming, who is this guy? What is he doing? Nicole Kidman cannot stop laughing, and he's screaming. And Schumacher upstairs goes, what's going on? And Kilmer's going, who is this guy? He's making fun of my shoes, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, and Schumacher goes down, leave him alone. He's the copy man. Larry, you come have dinner with me.
So let's talk about the copy man's family. You married, as you said, what,
42 years.
42
January 20th.
Tell me about the boys who are now in the business with you.
My oldest son, Jason, is 37. He is a lawyer.
He's married, Jason's?
He's married to Nicole.
Right.
Married 3 years. And he was a lawyer, graduated from Brooklyn Law, and he worked for SUNY for many, many years. And for the last 2.5 years, he's been in-house counsel for Atlantic, which has been great.
And your other son?
My other son, Adam, he's 34. He's been with the company 7 years. He manages the Westchester and the Long Island office. He's in sales, a regional manager.
And we have
general manager.
We have a picture of Mom. Mom is still.
My mother's still, 85 years old. She's still doing well.
And you have twin sisters?
Twin sisters, yeah, they're 3 years younger than I am, and so they'll be 62 in April.
So it's fortuitous. You could have been, maybe in the pants business or the bookmaking business, as you said, with the numbers. You could have been in the bar business, but, it was lucky that you found the ad in the Fortune magazine for the copy machine business.
Absolutely.
And, as we said, it's not copying, it's technology, and it has become the company of the 21st century. And thanks for being here today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.